ready for a Patriots Friday, Keith?
I was born ready, Jones. Bring it on. Patriots Friday. Keep this winning streak going. Smack around the Browns a little bit on Sunday.
Well,
I'm in. Or will they?
Or will
Wow.
they, Keith?
Good start.
It is a Patriots Friday, but not just a Patriots Friday.
No, it's a jam-packed program once again.
Top 5 Friday.
Yeah, we got a good one.
At 10:45, the top 5 Browns all time.
Top 5 Browns.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I wonder how much overlap. Because we never see each other's lists. Sometimes I wish that we had, because there have been times where I'm like, oh, this is a good one, and then you also have it. Top 5 Saints was a good one a couple weeks ago.
Top 5 Saints was tremendous.
But we had too much overlap. There was like 2 or 3 overlaps.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Of all the Saints out there.
Yeah.
Well, Tune in to find out if Amon-Ra St. Brown makes this one.
Damn it. He's not on mine. I'll tell you that right now. Famously, you forgot about St. Patrick.
I did.
And the St. Paul's School.
I want to have the Saints back. I need to redo on Saints. Browns, I do feel confident
Super Bowl. For the Super Bowl.
For the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We could have done top 15 Browns.
Oh,
Browns was really difficult to whittle down to 5.
It's going to be a jam-packed honorable mentions category.
We should start now with the honorable mentions.
When we do top 5 at 10:45, so stay tuned for that. It is also a day for the Friday 4-pack of questions for Pats and Browns. At 11:30, we got the weekend review, 12:45. Of course.
Oh, the keys.
Don't miss the keys. Keefe's keys to Patriots and Browns at 1 o'clock. Plus the milkman.
Woo!
Milton Williams going to join us on a Patriots Friday. We got the Bozo touchdown parlay. Survivor picks for you and I, since
Just
we're
us.
the only 2 remaining survivors.
The last 2.
Just barely. I survived last week. So stay tuned for that in the grab bag today. Plus all your phone calls, 617-779-7937. Pats and Browns on Sunday, Keefe. It's, they're through what we thought, the difficult 3 consecutive road game stretch.
Yeah.
They are back home. And if this were the NHL, I could just hear Razor telling us that it's the first home game after a road trip.
Yeah.
So, is this a case where we're looking at a potential trap game for the Patriots? Browns are a good defense. Mm-hmm. They're 7.5-point favorites. It's expected to be a low-scoring game. So how are you a touchdown plus favorite in a game where the over-under is 40.5, whatever it is?
You're not expecting much from the Cleveland offense. That's why.
There's not a lot of margin for error, though, in there, is my point. Does this qualify as a trap game?
No, I don't think it does, because I think there has been an emphasis put on the home games and like winning some home games. Like this road stretch was really impressive. They're 4-0 on the road. Mike Vrabel referred to them as Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom. But so far this year, your 2 losses, one of them now really in hindsight looks bad, because Vegas might be one of the worst teams in the league.
Their only win is you.
Yeah,
Week
and that's
1.
the first game of the season.
And
but
Gino carved you up.
Smoked you. And then you turn it over a million times at home against Pittsburgh. And so your only home win so far is Carolina, another game where there was a slow start, but then, then you rolled after that. But I think there's a lot of point of emphasis on that. Plus there's Vrabel's, it's not even coach speak when you're talking about how good the Cleveland defense is. So even though overall they're not a very good team, they have reasons not to take them lightly, specifically Myles Garrett and even the rest of the guys on defense. They want to keep their winning streak going. Any given Sunday kind of thing. Yeah, there's going to be upsets. There's going to be teams that are favored by or 7-point dogs that win this weekend probably. But I wouldn't view it as any kind of trap game, because I don't think it's like, oh, we're looking ahead to Atlanta or we're looking ahead to, like, if you had Buffalo next week, maybe it would qualify for that. But no, I think they know one of the things they need to do is figure out the starts, right, offensively, and more specifically defensive starts, and start racking up some wins at home. So no, I think there's a lot of reasons for them to be all geared up.
Why do you think they struggle at home?
It's a good question. I don't know. I mean, it's they've only had 3 opportunities thus far, and Pittsburgh game is still so strange to me, because they had a chance to go down and tie the game late, and then they couldn't do it. And 5 turnovers, and you were still in it. So, it's not like they got smoked by Aaron Rodgers, and it's not like Pittsburgh's defense was amazing. I mean, Ramondre Stevenson fumbled going into the end zone. That game really...
The over should have.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
I understand.
The over was a smart bet.
The over, I think that was a win for us officially.
It was a win.
Yeah.
Patriots money line and the over was a win, even though it was for sure a loss.
Even though I lost money on it, that should have been a win.
That money's not coming back, but I still feel good about them. The instincts were sound. No, but that's a weird one. Yeah, I don't know why they're bad. Now, I guess you could spin it positive and say the last time we saw them at home, they shook off a slow start and then rolled on Carolina, who over the last few weeks looks like maybe a decent team.
Yeah, actually not as horrible as we thought. Yeah. So I don't know why they've struggled at home. I don't have a good answer for it. It dates back multiple coaches. It's been a long time since they've struggled in this building. But I do think you tying it to why it's not a trap game is a smart way to look at it. They're not going to take any team lightly at home because they suck so bad at home.
Yeah.
Or at least Vrabel has the opportunity to really remind them of that. Like, hey, guys, don't take anybody. We lost to the Raiders at home.
Right.
Okay? We turned it over 5 times against Pittsburgh at home. Even Carolina, as you just said, carved us up to start that game. Don't take anybody lightly at home. Okay? We've been good on the road. We are road warriors. It's time to, as Steph Diggs said this week, protect the house. And knowing what we know about the players and how they talked about Vrabel last week and his return to Tennessee, I think the players have a way of regurgitating right now what Vrabel is saying and buying in on what Vrabel's saying. And I bet you that's a good window into what Vrabel's saying. Guys, the theme of this week, protect the house, because we've been horrible at home. It doesn't matter that it's the Cleveland Browns. They are, by some metrics, one of the toughest defenses in the league. So you have it cut out for you at home, your work cut out for you, and we got to take care of business on our home field before we start taking anybody lightly. And as long as they do that, they should be fine. They're touchdown favorites for a reason. It might not be pretty. It may not be as easy to score as it has been for the last couple of weeks. Drake may turn it over.
Right.
He may have some
may not
incompletions. I think he may.
He may.
He may have some incompletions and not have the 80 or 90% completion percentage that he's had.
It could happen.
But I still think they win and win comfortably. The only way they don't is if for some reason they let up after the 3-game road trip, and they should not because they've been so bad at home.
But I also think Mike Vrabel is the right guy in this sense where they're 5-2. That's awesome. But, like, you're 5-2. A lot of teams are 5-2. You know what I mean? Like, I think they've gotten a lot of positive attention in part because you didn't really know what it was going to look like, and maybe they've exceeded expectations because they could have been 5-2, but flip the Vegas and the Buffalo result, and you would have been like, all right, they didn't beat anybody.
Yeah,
but they beat Buffalo, so like that changes things. And so now it's like a stronger 5-2 than it could have been. But I think you have a veteran coaching staff, and you brought in a bunch of veteran players that have been on good teams. But like, what does that do? Like, all right, great, you're 5-2, but you got to sort of build on that. You got to continue to prove that you're good because week to week we see how everyone's talking up, Tampa Bay, for example, then they go out and have an absolute dud. You're talking up, this team, and then they go out and stink. Or, like, you start to write off one team, and then, like, all the difference a week makes.
I mean, the Chargers last night are a good example.
Yeah.
Like, I had Vikings money line. It's been a rough 48 hours for your boy on the gambling markets.
Should we run away from your bozo pick, or do we embrace it this week? What do we do?
Yeah. Maybe. I'm assuming all the games are fixed, which we'll get to.
That's true. I want my money back.
That's got to be what's going on.
I want all my money back.
Everything's got to be fixed based on the way that my bets have gone over the last 48 hours. But, like,
can I get a refund check?
I still think the Chargers are kind of trash. They started hot. They've been bad. Last night they rolled.
They might be a playoff team, though.
Well, but this is my point.
Yeah.
They're 5-3, and we look at them like they're nothing special. I mean, the Patriots are 5-2. They should not be acting like they're a cut above really anybody.
Yeah.
And if they do, that's a problem.
But I think they've done a good job with that because it's been 2 weeks since the Buffalo win. And the Buffalo win only made them 3-2, but that's really when the conversation started to change.
Yep.
And it was like, oh, the AFC's not as good as we thought it was going to be. Maybe Buffalo's not as good. Or even if you want to say they are good, well, the Patriots just beat them. And then they didn't follow that up with losses at all or like even like bad performances. Like they went out and beat the Saints on the road. They beat the Titans on the road. And so they haven't had that like, oh, we are pretty good. Like they're not sniffing their own toots.
No, not yet. I do think the Saints game, and maybe this will be lower scoring, but I think this one could feel like the Saints game, where you're like, why haven't they put the Browns away yet?
Yeah,
and
where it's like a one-possession game, but you don't feel like you're going to lose it either.
Yeah. And look, I don't think May is going to just every time he drops back, huck it 50 yards and have a completion. That was like a cheat code in that game. Yeah. I don't think that, but I think it could play out in a similar fashion where the Patriots win and maybe even cover. Stay tuned for the keys for that.
Yeah, that's a little bit later.
What do the Patriots need to prove? And I think you might have hinted at some of this, but what do you want them to prove on the field this weekend beyond just another win and keeping it rolling? What specifically do you want to see?
I do want them to really smother the Browns offense. The Browns offense isn't much of anything, and I think Vrabel is not. It's not just me and you saying this. Vrabel's really going to want to watch that first drive. Is it going to be a Bryce Young, Cam Ward, Spencer Rattler? Like, are any of these guys who aren't good quarterbacks, but for some reason, and whether it's the scripted plays or not, move down the field, do things that you weren't prepared for, and score? I'm glad they're able to make adjustments and all that, but there's sort of a theme. Certainly the 2 losses, but even a bunch of the wins they've had, that first possession, you make the other team look pretty good. And Dylan Gabriel in the Browns offense is not good. So, I'm interested in the running game. I'm interested in, obviously Drake May. But the one thing that stands out to me is if the Browns get the ball first, do the Patriots, turn it over, get a punt, whatever, or do they allow them to score and then make the adjustments?
So I agree with you, and I think it's this week's Verizon matchup. It is the Patriots' defense against the Browns' offense early. They have been carved up, Geno Smith, even Aaron Rodgers when he needed it at home. Never mind Bryce Young early. Never mind Spencer Rattler and Cam Ward early last week. They have been carved up early in the game on scripted plays, scripted drives, first 1, 2, 3 drives of the game. And then they've been able to right the ship, which is good. I guess I would prefer they fix it as the game goes on, certainly, than let it continue to spiral out of control and get out of hand. But how they start the game, to me, is the key to the game defensively. We've been harping on it for a while. To me, it's telling that coming out of last week's game, Vrabel was harping on it. So it'll be more egregious if the team doesn't correct that early at home this week. So that's your Verizon matchup, brought to you by the New England Patriots, powered by Verizon 5G. Look, I've said it before, and I've been wrong, because pretty much everybody gets to them the first couple drives of the game. I think this is a week where they nip it in the bud. I don't think the Browns are going to do much at all on offense. First drive, second drive, third drive, any drive. I don't really see them doing that this week, so I'll be disappointed if they don't start the game doing that.
I mean, the Browns last week was the first week they scored more than 17 points in a game, and they also needed a pick 6 to help get that, and a horrible performance by Miami. So it was only their second win. Their other win was a surprise. So this is the thing, though, with them is they did beat Green Bay. And at that time, nobody thought Green Bay – in fact, that's only Green Bay's only loss, right? Because they had a tie.
Yep, correct. There was also the tie against Dallas, yeah.
Green Bay might be the best team in the NFC, and Cleveland beat them. So, I mean, that's – Flacco. Yeah, I guess you like Flacco. But Flacco wasn't doing much before that.
No.
Or after that,
well,
and they barely won. They won 13-10.
Cleveland Flacco, not so good.
But that's the thing is, what did they score? 1 touchdown in the game and they won? So that's the formula for Cleveland. They're going to need to force a bunch of turnovers like Pittsburgh did to the Patriots. So I guess, Cleveland would say, hey, we need to play like the Green Bay game. And then if the Patriots play anywhere near like the Pittsburgh game, that would sort of be the formula for an upset.
So is it a trap game, and what do the Patriots need to prove this weekend? We're locked in on the defense shutting down the Cleveland offense early and throughout. You can discuss all day long here on a Patriots Friday. A reminder, football talk on WEEI presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local game live every Sunday all season long. Just visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. We'll get to your phone calls, 617-779-7937. We got a Top 5 Friday for you. All-time Browns at 10:45. We got the Friday 4-pack at 11:30. Week in Review, 12:45. And at 1 o'clock, it's the Keefe's Keys to Pats and Browns, plus Milton Williams, the milkman, will be joining us sometime in the 1 o'clock hour.